Hello,
Hey,
we're here again. We're going to talk
again.
about we're going to do the over/under guesses on win totals for the NFC West and the NFC South. Last week we
That's
did
right.
the NFC North and the East. So we're going to guess them, see how close we are, maybe give some predictions.
Hmm.
So as you can see, we're doing this. We're not both in the studio
No,
today. So
no.
it's a little bit different effect, but hopefully it just hits home like usual. So let's
Lands with the same punch.
jump into it.
Let's do it.
So we're going to start in the West with the 49ers.
Hmm.
So Debo's gone. Purdy just got a big contract.
He did.
Ayuk is still recovering from, I think it was an ACL. So they got a little
Hmm.
bit of some flux going on in the Bay Area, but I said 49ers over under 10 wins this year.
So I have him at 9.
All right, Josh, I go 10. Josh goes 9, and it looks like it's 10 and a half right now. So
Hmm.
we're not really doing like who won or who lost between us
Right.
on this. We will do that for the spreads during the season, but
Hmm.
so we're not really doing that right now. We're both pretty close. 10 and a half, I guess, you're off by 1.5. I'm off by a half. It's pretty fair. Um, I actually wouldn't have been surprised if it was a little lower. I think last year their total was really high, and obviously they underachieved.
Like
Ton
significantly.
Well, they had a ton of injuries, but it was just kind of like one of those years where nothing goes right. So 10 and a half. I guess them and the Rams are going to be the best teams in the West.
Yeah.
So it sort of makes sense, but you lose Debo, you're starting with Ayuk on the shelf. Obviously, McCaffrey should be healthy, but he's getting older. You got Garendo's a backup running back who actually showed some promise last year too. They lost Dre Greenlaw, one of their better linebackers. I saw that.
Mhm.
Uh, that's a lot of optimism, I think, for
It's a
kind of
four
where
and a
they're
half
at.
game difference. They won 6 games last year. I know they had like a lot of issues, like a lot of external circumstance. But I don't know, man. I just
Yeah,
that's a big switch.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's Shanahan, and if
Yeah.
McCaffrey can stay healthy, and like their defense, you'd think can
Is he healthy
like,
right now?
I mean, he is, but like,
Okay.
there's a lot of people, or there's a lot of like talk out there, like he's getting older. He's kind of been hurt a
Yeah.
lot throughout the years. So
Yes.
like, can you really
Yeah.
count on him? But
I
so
don't
I don't
know.
know. I guess it's kind of a if they stay healthy, I guess it makes sense. But is there reason to believe they will? I don't know. So Jawan Jennings, Ayuk, and
Mm.
Pearsall are their three receivers. Like I said, McCaffrey, Garendo. Well, they still got Kittle,
Mm-hmm.
and then Purdy. I mean, as we say with every team, it's like, is Purdy gonna take that next step? Obviously, he's shown
Mm-hmm.
flashes of being really good, but he's gonna be kind of get to that elite level. I guess that's a big question mark. So 49ers 10 and a half. Maybe some of this is the rest of the division might not be that great.
You don't
Obviously,
have a
the
lot of love for Darnold in Seattle?
I don't know. We'll talk about him
No
next, but
residual love. Yeah. All right.
I I don't know. I don't know what to think about him. So let's just get to it.
Yeah.
So slinging Sammy Darnold and the
Yep.
Seattle Seahawks. I say over under 8 wins for the Seahawks.
Well, I said 7.5.
7.5. Okay, let's look it up here. Seahawks. It is 7.5. You got it. Uh,
Nice.
right on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, okay. Seahawks last year, I don't know if you have their record in front of you, but it was roughly, I don't know, they were like kind of going
Middling, I
for
think they won like 7 games, right? Or they were 8 games, maybe.
I'm not sure exactly, but I mean, it was what's his name? Mike
There,
McDonald, old McDonald, young McDonald. It was his first year.
they
I
won
think
10 games last year.
yeah.
They were
I
10-7.
was gonna say I seem to remember him doing better than a lot of like. Okay, so you're a
Yeah,
rookie head coach and you go to a place that doesn't really have an elite quarterback
right.
and doesn't really have elite anything, and yeah, he had a pretty good year. So now you bring in Darnold, who had a great regular season and then just completely sucked the last game of the regular season and in the
Yeah.
playoffs. So is he going to be the? I don't know. Is he going to bring the magic to the West Coast? I guess is the question. And I don't really know what to think because under pressure down the stretch, he completely folded. But under pressure, like earlier in the year, he made some really good plays under pressure. So
Yeah.
it was just kind of one of those things like kind of hard to explain. So I don't know. I mean, I obviously think he has all the tools, but I don't know if I
Who's
don't know
running
what
the
the
offense
ceiling
in
is.
Seattle? Yeah, who's running the offense? Do you know? Because it's the guy who's the head coach was the DC in Baltimore, right? So he's not an
Um,
offensive guru.
yeah. McDonald came from Baltimore 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who their offensive coordinator is.
I don't either.
Um,
They won 10 games. They didn't make the playoffs though. That's got us smart a little bit.
yeah, well, yeah. Last year the North got 3 teams in, and the Vikings and Lions had what 14 plus wins, and then the what did the Packers end up with 10 or 11? And yeah, I
The
mean it was just kind
Packers
of
ended
one
up
of
with 10, and the Commanders were a wild card team, and they I think won 12 games. They went 12-5. So your wild
right.
card or your wild cards were 14-3, 12-5, and like 10-7.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that was fun times. Vikings having to go on the road, winning 14 games in the regular season.
Yeah.
Pretty decent.
Yeah.
Okay, Seahawks 7.5, pretty fair. I don't know. Do you have a take on like is Darnold gonna fall on his face? Is he like
Yeah, I mean that's the
gonna have a
question.
good year?
Clint Kubiak is the OC.
Okay.
So,
Which
obviously son of Gary Kubiak.
well, yeah, there's some continuity there. He was with
Yeah.
Minnesota in some capacity. I can't
Was
remember if
he?
he was their OC
Okay.
or not last year, but yeah,
Oh,
I mean
yeah.
they're familiar with each other.
All right. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I just he had such a great most of the year last year. I think a little people are reticent to shit on his final 2 games. It was like final 3 really that he didn't do so hot. Um, I don't know, man. I have no idea. This to me, this is a 7-win. If he sucks, this is still probably a 7-win team because they seem kind of well coached. So we'll see what we can get out of McDonald this year. So 7 wins seems about right. The division's
Yeah.
probably competitive. We don't know how San Francisco is. If Darnold falls on his face, they could still probably eke out 6-7 wins. If he's good, shit, I don't know. Maybe they could win the division.
All
But
right,
I don't know, or at least win like 10 games.
so here's the case for the Seahawks. So
Yeah.
Darnold had a really good year last year, so
Mhm.
hopefully he, they're thinking hopefully he does the same thing and can be like
Yeah.
an above average quarterback.
Hmm.
Kenneth Walker, I would say, is one of the best running backs in the league.
Yeah.
Um, Smith and Jigba had a good year. I think he was a rookie last year. Um, obviously, well, wow, they have Cooper Cup. I did not know that. I thought Cup was still on the Rams. Okay, so they got
No, he
Smith.
did. Yeah, they let him go. They thought he was toast, man.
So Smith and Jigba, Cup, Torrey Horton. I don't know who that is. He must be a rookie.
Yeah.
But basically, what's his name? Well, I mean, Metcalf left. He went to what the Steelers.
Yeah, I think he's on the
The
Steelers.
Steelers kind of got rid of one head case in Pickens, and then they picked up Metcalf, who's kind of, like to
I
me,
don't
if
know.
you could like say which receiver in the NFL is most like Pickens or Metcalf, it would be the other one. Like they're kind of in the same. So I saw
Yeah.
something like the Steelers, got rid of got rid of Pickens because he was kind of just a head case, but then they just filled it with the same sort of player.
He's never. I don't think he's ever Metcalf. I don't think he's ever reached his potential. Like he just. I don't know. Maybe it was just who was throwing him the ball, but I don't think that situation's any better in Pittsburgh right now. Honestly.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, we'll find out this year if
Yeah.
Rodgers has anything
Uh-huh.
left. We'll see.
For sure.
But I mean, like, so okay. So here's the case. I kind of got sidetracked, but so
Yeah.
Darnold, Walker, Smith and Jigba, Cooper Cup, right? Like,
Yep.
good skill players, and then the defense, right? McDonald was the mastermind behind the Ravens' really good defense 2 years ago.
Yep.
So as long as his defense is good, there's some optimism to be had. But I mean, the over under is 7.5. It's not after winning 10 last year. That's kind of low. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I really I wish I could give some sort of prediction, but I just really don't know if Darnold's gonna have another good year or if he's just gonna
Yeah.
kind of fall off. I guess
And then when, yeah.
if I had to
Yeah. Pick.
take something, I probably would take the over just because it's sort of low and they do have some decent pieces in place. But
Yeah. And they had the 14th ranked defense last year. So they won 10 games and were floating around the playoff levels. And I think they were leading the division at one point with a middling defense. I mean, that's right. I guess it's the high side of half, but
yeah, so if you remember last year, the NFC West was super goofy. Like
yeah,
I think the 49ers, Cardinals, and Seahawks all kind of had the lead at one point in the middle of the
the
season,
Cardinals certainly did for like 2 games.
yeah, and then
It's right in the middle of the season. Yeah,
the Rams, were kind of towards the bottom, and then ended up
and they ended up
winning a
winning.
bunch at the end. But yeah, it was like the Cardinals had the lead after like 8 games, and then they just lost like 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5, or something like that.
Yeah, they went into the pit at that point. I mean, they're going to be cleaning house again at the end of this year if shit doesn't go right.
The Cardinals?
Yeah, that's a reboot. Like, don't you think? I know we're not there yet, but
yeah, if it goes really bad, yeah, I could see that happening. I could see Kyler Murray like trying to like a team taking a chance on him, like that thinks they have a chance of that thinks they have the pieces around a quarterback, definitely. And then yeah, I mean, like this is the third season for what is it, Gannon?
And
I forget their head coach's name, but yeah, definitely. So let's talk about the Cardinals a little more. So you went 7.5 on the Seahawks. I went 7.5 on the Cardinals. What do you got?
6.5.
Ooh. All right, what do we got? It is 8.5.
I buy it. I'm gonna take the under here, or I would take the under here.
All right, so it does obviously seem high. We both were under that. I
went 8 and 9 last year.
Yeah. So this is actually one you hear me say this all the time, but like it seems high, but I feel like they know something we don't. Like maybe it's warranted because like who is looking like. I'll say this: what layperson is looking at this and saying the Cardinals are going to win as many games as they've lost when they've kind of shown no reason to believe that?
Yeah.
Right, like the under almost seems like a gimme, so it's got to be too good to be true, sort of thing. So I'm gonna. You heard it here first. I think the Cardinals are gonna win at least 9 games this next year.
Dude! Who did they draft? Who was in their draft? So they had Harrison Jr., and he didn't explode off the page for you last year. So maybe he comes on this year. But who did they draft?
Let's figure it out.
Overall. Or was it their number 1 pick?
So they have James Conner is their running back. They had Harrison. Michael Wilson was their number 2 last year, and then Zay Jones is their number 3 receiver. I think he was on the Raiders last year, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Xavier Weaver is probably someone they drafted. He looks like he's not a starting receiver. They have Trey McBride, right? So he caught
Right.
like a million balls and like couldn't score a
Yeah.
touchdown, but he was like one of the best tight ends. Um, yeah, so Kyler Murray, Connor, Marvin Harrison, McBride. Harrison, I think, kind of had an up and down year, but
Yeah.
he showed enough progress where like he definitely could have like a breakout season this year.
Yeah.
And then is Gannon? Gannon's a defensive
He's
coach
a
too,
defensive
right?
back. So they went all defense in the draft. Number one, defensive tackle. Number two, oh no, sorry. Number one, cornerback. Number two, edge. Number three, linebacker. Number four, cornerback. Round five, they went guard, which is still sort of a defensive pick. And then round six was seven. Oh, it was a safety.
Interesting. So he's trying to load up the defense with what he
Yeah.
thinks. I guess it makes sense because, like I said, like there's
Yeah.
skilled players on offense. I don't know, at least average. I would say better than average. So sort of makes sense.
They were in games. It felt like last year. Um, and so I'm trying to see if
They were, yeah. I mean, they were just a hard team to like get a
were
feel
they close
for.
games?
Like
Yeah, did they lose a lot of close games?
I think that if I remember right, they were playing good teams tough, beating a couple of them at least early in the season. And they were just kind of like one of those teams you couldn't figure out. Like
Yeah.
it seemed like they shouldn't be beating these teams, and then they were, and then they're in first place. Then pretty soon it's like the wheels fell off.
Yeah. Well, this was one of the teams that the Panthers ended up beating during their little hot streak towards the end of the season. And they let the Panthers put 36 on them. Seattle beat them by 30, or excuse me, not by 30.
So
Um,
then Gannon
uh,
said, the Panthers put 36 on us. We need to
yeah.
draft lots of defense.
Yeah.
All right. Have we talked enough about the Cardinals?
Yeah, very probably, yes.
Okay, let's go to the last but
The
not least
Rams.
team in the division, the Rams, who, as we said last week, gave the Eagles probably well, easily their best test in the
Yeah.
postseason. I mean, I forget how it all played out, but like the Rams were in that game with like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and then it just kind of fell apart. But they very easily could have beat the Eagles, and then
Mm-hmm.
you know we don't know what would have happened. Well, I mean, then they would have had to go through the Commanders and
Yeah.
Chiefs, but the Commander in Chief, Commanders and Chiefs. Wow. All right. Rams 10. I say 10-10. 10-7. What do you got for the Rams?
10.5.
10.5.
Yeah. Half a point better.
It's 9.5.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
That seems low. Like
Yeah.
McVay, Stafford. I don't know. Maybe Stafford's getting dementia or something. Like
I mean, he is what? He's 38?
68.
Matt Stafford is 68.
Yeah, he can
He
still
looks
sling it though.
terrific.
He
He
keeps
looks
that
terrific.
rotator cuff in good shape. So,
Yeah.
okay, here we go. We got Stafford. He's questionable,
Yeah.
which obviously doesn't matter at this point. Kyron Williams, very good running back. Puka is a beast. They brought in Devontae Adams, which to me seems like a very weird addition, but obviously the talent's there as long as he's not over the hill.
Yeah.
And then their number 3 right now is Tutu Atwell, which he's a little guy, but he's a burner. Like he's been a very good like fourth or fifth option in the past at receiver. Tyler Higbee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, what did we say this is? 9.5?
Yeah, so that's what Vegas is saying.
That just seems low. Yeah,
Seems
it
low.
really does. Like what
I mean,
what's
McVay's I don't know. He's like what? Is he's a top 5, is he a top 3 coach in the NFL?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Like
I don't know.
they like gave away all their draft picks and sold out, and he just keeps like making the playoffs and winning a game or
Figures
two
that.
with
And that season
nobody.
was in the tank too. Like they were not sniffing the playoffs mid-season. You know what I mean? Like he turned it around.
Right. So here's one thing I'll say.
Yeah.
And this is so the 49ers have one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. At least it looks
Yeah.
that way right now. So
Yeah.
that does make sense why they're a tick higher than we thought at 10.5. But
Yeah, that's true.
usually if your schedule is easier, it's easier for the whole division because
Yeah.
your division always rotates with one division and the other
Mhm.
conference on who you play. And I'm pretty sure they play the AFC South this
Yeah.
year, which is clearly supposed to be the weakest division in the AFC.
Yes.
But
Yes.
then that should hold true for the Rams too. Like you'd think that would be a little higher, and it's only 9.5. So I don't know.
Either. Some of that too maybe has to be Stafford's age. You don't see a ton of high performance at
Yeah.
that age in quarterbacks, or like you're sort of at the tail end of it. So I don't know what this team does too if he gets injured for a significant amount of time.
So here's one thing that maybe they're kind of just like hedging on that over under. So Stafford
Yeah.
has a disc problem, like in his
Yes.
back, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's worse than they think, and he might miss a game or two of the regular season because it's just like not healing.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a month away, but could be something like that.
Want to guess whose backup is?
I have it right in front of me,
Oh,
so I don't have to guess. Jimmy G.
yeah. Does that excite you at all? The idea of seeing Jimmy G, like
Jimmy G spot.
Jimmy G, yeah,
Uh,
3 games in the middle of the season. Let's see, like week 12, 13, 14. Is that like, what do you think about the Rams trotting Jimmy G out like in late November?
and then he wins like 5 games in a row, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, he always was good. Like
Yeah.
he deserves a starting job.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. So 9.5 seems low, but
What
I
do
don't know.
I
It's
know?
probably fair. I mean,
Yeah.
the Cardinals are going to be better than people think, apparently, and Seahawks are kind of a wild card. They got to play the 49ers twice, so I don't know.
Yeah, that is maybe the most interesting team in the division. Just the Sam Darnold question. And then I just to the Seahawks record too though. They won the last game of the season, and that was that game where the Rams rested everyone. So like I don't know. So maybe they won 10 games, but like was really like 9.
Yeah. All right, that's it for the NFC West. I think the Cardinals go over 8.5. The rest of it, I don't know, seems pretty fair to me. Maybe if you trust McVay and you think Stafford's going to be healthy, maybe you take the over on the Rams. But especially with that backup option of Jimmy G,
Yeah, right.
if
Like he's
Stafford goes
carting
out.
us through to the playoffs. So what do you think? Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's winning the division?
Um, I mean, I'm going. Uh, okay, I like to be this guy, so I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
I'll go Cardinals
Why
just because
not, man? Yeah, okay. That's cool.
doesn't
I
it
mean,
doesn't make a ton of sense to most people, but
it's a
I
do
could
or
see
die
I,
year, like we said.
I could see it happening. I mean, Harrison, McBride, James Conner, like those guys all stay healthy and the defense actually gets
If it
better.
comes, yeah, if he's able to do something with 5 picks and whatever. I don't know
Yeah,
what they did in free agency, but yeah, I mean that's a good pick. Um, I'm gonna just stick with the Rams.
yeah,
So
that's safe.
I'll take,
That's
yeah,
fair.
totally safe. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, as long
Um,
as Stafford doesn't like his
yeah,
disc is irreparable and he can't play a single game, then
as
he
long as
should
it
be all
right, well, as long as it doesn't come down to Jimmy G and Stetson Bennett, I guess.
right. In
Right.
Stetson, we trust.
Right? When it might come to it, we'll have to see.
Okay, now let's talk about some maybe really bad teams. So we're gonna go to the
Yeah,
NFC South.
NFC
Maybe
South. Yep,
you know what
yep.
they should do? They should cancel the Southern divisions of both conferences for the whole year. Like those teams have to play like a rotator of like some of the best college teams, and then kind of earn their way back in. Okay,
Those are the
so
relegation divisions.
yeah,
They just get relegated.
yeah.
They're not actually part of the NFL.
So the Saints, the New Orleans Saints. So
Hmm.
Kellen Moore's the coach, came over from
Yes. Fresh off his ring.
Eagles. They, I gotta look at this depth chart because I'm pretty sure their quarterback room is like the worst in the NFL by far.
Well, Carr retired, right? He's done. He's out.
Yeah, he had some sort of like injury that just like wasn't gonna allow him to play anymore, and he's kind of
Yeah.
getting old too. So this is bad though. Spencer Rattler is listed as their starter. We all saw him try to play football last year, and it
Oh,
wasn't
dude,
good.
yes.
Tyler Shue, did they draft him?
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure. Jake Hayner, same thing. He tried to play a little bit of football last year, and he was brutal. So basically, they just, I don't know. They think.
Maybe it's Taysom Hill full time,
I want to talk to
finally.
like a I want to talk to like a diehard Saints fan and be like, okay,
Yeah.
so like is Spencer Rattler like does anyone actually think he's got potential? Because I just don't see it a scenario where like the Saints are 5-4 after 9 games and like in the hunt. I just don't see it happening with Spencer
Uh,
Rattler.
no, but did he? Wasn't he? Was he on the Saints last year? Or was he on the? Why do I think he was on the? No, it wasn't the Falcons. It must have been the Saints.
He was on the Saints, so Carr got hurt. He
Yeah,
was hurt quite a
that's
bit.
right.
So like
Yeah,
Rattler got a few starts and then like he was
yeah,
sort of serviceable for a little bit, but then he just had like really bad stretches. So then like Jake Hayner came in, and then I think Carr got healthy maybe for a little bit,
yeah.
or
He did,
I
or
don't know if I
healthy,
remember.
healthy enough to run out onto the field.
So
Yeah.
Rattler, they still have Kamara. He's getting a little bit older.
I
Chris
mean, he had one
Olave,
of those seasons last year. The I'm getting older running back seasons.
yeah, where you draft him in the end of the first round in your fantasy league, and you're like, wow, this guy's not very good.
Yeah, he's good for like 3 decent games.
Or I should say, part of it was just, his team was just bad. So like he got,
Yes.
it's like, oh well, who should we stop? Well, there's only one person to stop. Their quarterback can't
Yeah.
throw the ball, so let's just key on this guy.
Mhm.
So
They
go
did
ahead.
draft Slough. Tyler second round out of Louisville.
It's SH, right? Shao,
Shao? Yeah,
Shao,
Shao. Tyler Shao.
Shaolin.
And that would be good.
Um,
And if he gets good, that would be a good New Orleans football name. Shao with their accent. Shao. That'd be great. I feel
maybe
like
that's
he'd
maybe
fit in.
that's the plan. I feel like I should know who that is, and I just have no clue. So maybe they're thinking like,
Okay.
okay, he's not ready, but maybe he's just gonna like really take some steps, and then by week
Maybe.
3, he's just better and he takes us to the promised land. But I, I mean, Kellen Moore obviously must have been a pretty good coordinator. I don't get a warm fuzzy feeling that he's going to be a great head coach. It just seems like they have problems in New
Yeah, and his
Orleans.
journey here was weird too. It was like because he was in Dallas, and it was like he was really hot for a moment in Dallas too, but then they kind of sucked. And then he was in uh um LA. He was wasn't he like the OC? He was the OC of the Chargers for um whatever the hell that guy's last year was. And then he was on the Phillies after that, and then he was just on the Phillies for Phillies. Yeah, the Eagles.
Yeah,
Baseball.
we could switch to baseball if you
Yeah,
want. It's
yeah,
better.
sure.
It's better than talking about the Saints,
Like,
honestly.
yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Um,
Why are we spending so much time on this? Anyway, so what we did
it's
we do
fun
their
to
over under yet? Yeah,
it's fun it's fun to talk about really bad teams.
that's
Um,
true. Yeah.
so no, we did. I'm gonna go
Okay.
5.5.
Okay. So I went 4.
Okay, so for all of you watching at home, 4 is a very low guess, but the Saints are expected to be one of the worst teams in the league. So what I'm seeing here is like some places have 5.5, some have 4.5. So we're just gonna say it's 5, which is super low. I mean, that's like really bad. Like um, week to week in the NFL, like you should be able to win 5 games, no matter how bad you are. So them setting it at 5 is saying something. So 5 wins And
But we had 4 or 5 teams last year that only won 3 games, right? Is that 3 or 4 games?
yeah, that's true.
Um,
I just, like I said, this might be the last thing I say about the Saints, but I just can't
that's fair.
imagine. I can't imagine a scenario where their relevance in November. Like, I just think it's going to be like, well, if we win out, we could make the playoffs come November. Like they're. I just think they're going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, I do too. And I think that's probably what the Saints expect to be also.
Yeah.
This is a clear rebuild, right? New quarterback, new coach.
Yeah.
So,
All right, let's move on to the Carolina Panthers, who got
Panthers, huh?
frisky towards the end of the year. They beat a couple of decent teams, and Bryce Young, a lot of people gave up on him, but at that point, he actually looked like he still cared and like he was getting better. So, I mean, if I'm a Panthers fan, I have a lot more optimism than if I'm a Saints fan. I'll just say that. So I have the Panthers at 7.
Um, I don't know how much faith I have in good old Liam Cohen. So I'm going
He's
at 6.
No, he's with the Jaguars.
Oh, is it with the Jaguars?
The
I'm still gonna go
Panthers
6.
Panthers still have
That's
that
right.
heartthrob that
Oh, that's right.
all
Oh,
the
kind of.
ladies
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about.
That he was the guy that Liam replaced in Tampa. Yeah. Anyway, still 6.
Sixer.
Still 6, which is a
All
game
right.
better than what they did last year.
Okay, let's see. 6.5 apparently. And
Right.
did I say what mine was?
7.
Oh, I did say 7. Okay. Yep. So I say 7, you say 6. It's 6.5.
Mhm.
I guess
Feels
that's
about right.
fair. If you ask us,
Yeah.
I
I don't
don't.
know.
I mean, you're either not buying how they look towards the end of the year, or
That's
you
right.
are,
Yep. That's right.
and that's how you look at that. Let's look at what sort of players they have. They have some good players and some bad players. No. Chuba Hubbard emerged as like a, I don't know, maybe not a top 5 running back, but definitely I would say a top 10 running back
Oh
last
yeah.
year. Like
Some
he
fun
did really
stuff
well.
last year, for sure. Yeah.
They drafted Teteroa McMillan, which he's
Yeah.
listed as their number 1, and he was sort of a questionable pick at that
Hmm.
point. Like I think he was expected to be a round 1 pick, but he
Yeah.
went a little higher than people thought. They still have Adam Thielen. He's getting kind of old, but obviously
Yeah.
like one of the best route runners, and if he stays healthy, he's legitimate. And then Leggett, I think he was a first round pick
Yeah.
last draft. So got a journeyman, like a possession receiver, and a couple
Yeah.
young guys. Like I guess there's reason to be optimistic about that. I guess depends how much McMillan and Leggett kind of progress or like whatever
Yeah.
get better. Tommy Tremble's got to be one of the worst starting tight ends in the league, unless I don't
Mhm.
know, got a lot better in the offseason.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe here's hoping, right?
so I don't know. Like their defense was really bad for most of last year too,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
It was, but then they did. I mean, there were some games where they were able to come back, where they weren't winning. So I don't know. It's a weird team. It's a weird team because I mean everybody wrote them off, and then towards the end of the year they did. They won some games, and then they were competitive in some others. So and Bryce Young seemed to I don't know understand some things that he hadn't before. So it's just I feel like you just got to see it and
Yeah,
watch them
it's
play some games.
it's a team I want. Like some teams you want to root for and some you don't. This is a
Yeah,
team I want to root for, but just like
yeah,
looking, like I don't know. I don't get a warm fuzzy feeling that they have a roster that can like
no,
go win this pretty bad division, or like I don't know. Like I guess Bryce Young, who knows? Maybe he just really turns the corner and is slinging it, but
Well, that's what you're looking for. So, all right, after their first 5 games, what's their record? So they played the Jaguars in week 1, then they play the Cardinals in week 2, the Falcons in week 3, the Patriots in week 4, and they kick off October playing the Dolphins. So
I
after
mean,
those games, what do you think? They 3-2, 2-3,
yeah, I think they're
two,
either
two, and
two and
one.
three or 3-2, and like that's not a tough schedule. Like I'm
No, those
not.
are some of the worst teams in the league last year.
I mean, they should beat the Jaguars. I'm not high on the Falcons. I think they're going to have a better year than the
Yeah,
Falcons.
I don't think the Falcons are that great either. No.
The Patriots with
Patriots
Vrabel,
could
like
surprise you. Yeah.
right,
Drake
and
May
may
maybe with one more year. Yeah.
exactly.
I
But
mean, I like
yeah, I mean,
Vrabel as a coach, so yeah.
those are all winnable games. Like
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah, the
hear
Patriots game.
Chiefs, Eagles, and
No, not there's none of them are playoff teams, or none of them
right.
were playoff teams, right? So let's see who do they get week 6, and then it's the Cowboys and the Jet. Jesus, I mean they could be 500 by mid October. Then it's the Bills and
Yeah,
Packers, but
yeah. So I don't know. The Red Rocket, Andy Dalton's their backup too, so he can always step in and have a good game. So I'm gonna go out on a limb, and well,
yeah,
I don't know if it's really going out on a limb. I think they'll win more than 6.5 games. I think they can get to 7.
the
Um,
schedule looks really
Easy
easy.
early schedule, build some confidence. Obviously, they ended last year on a high note, like they were playing hard.
Yeah,
So the coach seems like he's got the locker
yeah,
room still. So I'll take the over on that
yeah. I
for
mean, I think
sure.
that's a good bet. They don't play the Buccaneers till the 2 of the last 3 weeks of the season.
Are you talking about Baker Mayfield's
Talking
Buccaneers?
about Baker Mayfield's Buccaneers, slinging
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah. Talk about a quarterback who figured it out.
I mean, maybe playoffs 2 years in a row, same
He's in
team,
the film. He's in the film room right now. I guarantee it.
breaking it down.
Okay, so I want to think the Panthers are going to be good, but I don't know. So I'm going over on 6.5. I like it.
Yeah, I'll take
Let's
the.
go. Let's keep going here. We
I'll
got
take the. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna take the under on those Panthers, but yeah, let's go. Let's go.
all right. There you go. We're opposite. All right. We got the Falcons. I'm going 7 on the Falcons.
Oh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 6 again.
Okay. So it is loading, loading. So 7.5, but it looks like some are 8.5. Like it's kind of variable. So let's call it 8. So what did we say?
I don't. That's. I mean, I know they were.
That's too. I mean, that's just too high. Like
I
I
agree.
so Penix, right? Like they benched Cousins
Penix.
last
Yeah,
year.
yeah. Penix.
Let's do the Falcons depth chart here.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins. So here's what I'm gonna say. Well, I shouldn't say this because Penix, like I was gonna say Kirk Cousins will be the quarterback by like week 5, but if you're if Penix won the job and is your starter and last year went the way it did, like they're not gonna even if they have a bad start, they probably wouldn't bench him unless it's really bad. But I liked Penix in college.
Yeah.
I
A lot
just
of people did.
and he obviously could keep improving, but I just didn't see enough from him last year to like
Mhm.
make me think that he's a good NFL quarterback or really
Yeah.
has that potential. So Bijan Robinson was really good last year
Mhm.
after
Very good.
Arthur Smith got out of town and they actually gave him the ball. Drake London,
Hmm.
solid. Darnell Mooney, pretty solid. Ray McLeod. I mean, I don't know if those 3 receivers are like above average. Probably not. Kyle Pitts, same
Hmm.
thing. Like he was supposed to be better than he's shown so far.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm low on the Falcons. I just really don't think they're that good. And
Hmm.
um, 8, like eight's a lot of wins for them. Although they do play the Saints twice, They can probably beat the Panthers once.
Mm-hmm. Probably
I
the
don't know.
Bucks once too. I don't know. The,
No.
yeah, I don't know. You look, the way that Baker Mayfield plays, he likes to throw the ball, and sometimes those that goes to the other team. It's just he can be he's a gunslinger, man. He's gonna
Yeah,
sling it.
it's true. Um, yeah, so I guess seven, you guess six, it's eight. I just think that's too high, and I like the I like the under of the Falcons
Oh yeah,
wins.
me too.
Especially like I said, it jumped like it's 7.5 or 8.5 depending where you look. So 8.5 just seems definitely too high.
Yep.
There you have it. Let's do that. Let's do the one team that might actually be decent in this division. Like, or
Yeah.
people actually, most people think are going to be decent. The
They're doing on the run here.
Buccaneers.
Yeah, the Buccaneers, two playoff appearances in a row. That's not bad.
So I said 10. 10 ski.
9.5.
Ooh. Oh, you got it. You nailed it. So it's 9.5 for the Buccaneers. We're not even going 10 for the Buccaneers with that division. Like they're not going to win 10 games.
I think, like I said, man, that's what happens when you got that gunslinger at quarterback. You know,
Yeah.
he's gonna have a lot of those five touchdown, 3, 4 interception games, and I don't know, sometimes that's enough to give it.
All right. Let's look at the Buccaneers depth chart. Obviously, Baker's at the helm. Kyle Trask is their backup quarterback, just in case Baker stubs his toe or something. That's a joke. He's
Yeah,
probably one of the toughest quarterbacks, I would
yeah,
say.
yeah. He sure is.
So Bucky Irving and Rashad White, very good 1-2 punch. Those are two really good running backs, in my opinion. Mike Evans is still there, man. He seems like he's
Yeah.
old. Did he like break into the league when he was like 16 and he's only actually like
I don't know. He's been there.
30?
Yeah.
So Mike Evans, Chris Godwin,
Yeah.
uh, Emeka Abuka, was he on Ohio State last year? Sounds
That I don't know.
sounds like a thing. Kate Otten, probably an average tight end.
Yeah.
Um, Jalen McMillan's listed as Jalen McMillan, Trey Palmer, are Sterling Shepard. I mean, they got a ton of receivers. Just it seems like they brought everyone back. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously they're expected to win that division. Do you see a scenario where like the Bucks aren't even in the hunt or like aren't leading this division after like 9 games?
I mean, their schedule is going to be much harder than anybody else's in the division. So they have to play. Let's see. They play the Texans on the September 15th. They've got the Eagles on September 28th. They've got the Lions on October 20th. I don't know how where you're at on the Seahawks, but they play them in early October. Um, they're playing the Bills in mid-November. They're playing the Rams right before Thanksgiving. I mean, I don't know. Like that could be seven. Like, do I think they're gonna win any of those games? No. Like, do I think they're beating the Eagle? And I know they have, right? But I feel that was a fluke during the playoffs. And they beat them last year too. I think they beat both the Eagles and the Lions last year. So maybe I'm catastrophizing, but I mean, I could see lost to the Texans, lost to the Eagles, lost to the Lions, lost to the Bills. So yeah, given the schedule, yeah. I mean, is it because they fluctuated a little last year too? There was a point in the middle of the season where like Atlanta was the division leader and Tampa had fallen off. So yeah, I could see that. I
Yeah,
still think they're going to come out on top overall, but yeah, I
right.
could see them trailing at some point.
So you went through some of their more difficult matchups,
Yeah,
but I remember saying this last year, and I still think the same is true. But
yeah.
like, is there a like Baker Mayfield and the Bucks going on the road against a one of the best teams in the NFL? Like, would you rather? What other slightly above average team would you think can win a game like that
It's a
other
great
than the
point.
Bucks.
No, it's a
Like,
great point. He
because
has
like
done some cool things, man. Yeah, he's won some games he should not have won, like
I always
leading
go
this team
I always go
for
back to
sure.
the
Yeah,
so the Rams signed him, right? He was there for
yeah,
like
that's right. They sure
5 days, and he like
Mhm.
beat whoever it was.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
I can't remember what that was, but it was like a Monday night game. He like showed up on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I
Mhm.
can't remember if he started or if someone got hurt
He
and he came
played
in or
somebody. Yeah,
whatever.
he
But
wasn't supposed to, and then he ended up playing like one game or something.
yeah, all right. So there you have it, the NFC West and South.
Yeah.
I like the Cardinals to go over 8.5. I like the Panthers over 6.5. I like the Falcons under 8 or 8.5 or whatever. Um, I like those three. Overall, I don't know. Like, I no, none of these teams are elite.
Mhm.
I guess you could say maybe the Rams if they stay healthy and
And with
Stafford is
and
still
who
who
their
he
coach
is. Yeah,
is, I feel like if you've got one of the top three coaches in the league, you're elite. You know, it's
yeah,
like unless they've torn it down to the studs, right? And the cupboard is bare from a talent perspective, but that's not where they're at right now. You know, I think you've
yeah.
got for the edge.
All right. I don't know. I don't have much more to say about this. When you're looking at win totals like under 9, that's not good teams, and maybe we
Yeah.
just don't need to talk about not good teams anymore.
No, that's it. I mean, the question is, do you see a Super Bowl, like a legit Super Bowl contender in either one of these divisions? And I don't, honestly.
I mean,
Playoff, sure, but not Super Bowl.
the
I mean, somebody's got to make
I
the playoffs
mean,
for both of these.
no, no, like it's definitely a little bit of a stretch. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, no one's going to be completely surprised if McVay and Stafford make it to a Super Bowl, or
yeah, or
like
the NFC Championship game
Shanahan
for
and
sure.
Purdy and like them
Yeah,
do.
NFC Championship game for
But
sure.
yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's picking that. But I don't really like the Eagles, so I'd be fine with someone
I
else.
would. I mean, I love a surprise team, right? I hate dynasties, so I'd love to see somebody new there.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, you got any parting words on the Bears? Like,
Dude, we were talking
how's that
about it
looking?
earlier. We didn't get
Yeah.
a chance to. I don't know. Like at this point, it's just all speculative until you start seeing some tape. You know, we should talk about it in week 4. But it's not good.
Yeah.
You know, it's not good,
It's
and
a
it's like
brand new
not
system.
surprising.
Brand new system. They're
Brand new, yeah, I know. That's all the standard says. Brand new system. He's on his third OC. Blah blah blah.
it's hard to change the culture
It's hard to
though.
change. That's right. It is whatever. Like I like Caleb. He just who knows? Like he was probably the wrong pick. I don't know. Like he has to
Well,
prove everyone wrong.
for those that don't follow the Bears that closely, you're hearing a lot of mixed reports. Some
Yeah.
saying very good things, some saying some hiccups, and like it's not Caleb's not progressing the way he should. But
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, we haven't even most teams haven't even played a preseason game, so whatever.
Yeah. It's like, what are you gonna do with like? It is the time. Like you want him screwing up here, as opposed to like 7 8 weeks from now. You know what I mean? So it's like if he's gonna fail, he's doing it in the right place. So great. Hopefully he's learning from it, and it translates to more productive play on the field. But it's just I don't know. It's just he hasn't done anything yet. And the season hasn't started. So
Right. I will say that's one of the things well, obviously I'm a Vikings fan, so I don't want the
yeah,
Bears to do very well, but like Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, right? Like I said
yeah,
this last week, if this doesn't work, then, like what's going to work for the Bears? Like it just needs
nothing.
it needs to happen now.
Yeah.
Um
I mean, they
so
just extended the GM. So now if Caleb doesn't work, right? He flames out. You just extended this. Why keep this GM? He hired Eberflus, fucking disaster. And then when he drafted Williams, who apparently is the wrong person, he didn't set him up for success to begin with by he kept the dum dum. And then they hired an even dumber person to be the OC. And it just, I don't know. It's just, they're not run very well. I don't know what else to say. I don't mean to be mean, but it just doesn't, the output doesn't speak to them being
Yeah.
a high functioning franchise. Just doesn't.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yes, that's the only thing we can say, right? Maybe who knows, right? It'll be great.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'll try to pop some optimism into your brain. Like,
Yeah.
Eberflus versus Ben Johnson. Like,
I do.
there's a little
They
bit
went in
of
the right
upside.
direction with coach, right? Yes,
Right.
of course. Like you can't
Yeah.
argue with like that was the even more than Caleb Williams, right? To me, he was clearly the right candidate. Just was
Yeah.
clearly.
All right. I think we can wrap it there.
Let's do it.
Cheers. We'll be back next
Yeah.
week. And go Vikings.
Go Bears.